Hey there, and welcome to today's edition of Daily Market Rundown, where we break down the biggest news headlines shaping the markets and industries. We have got an interesting session today covering everything from India's export struggles to defense stock rallying, a major FMCG acquisition, and a global electronic giant making a comeback in the Indian market. So let's dive right in. First up, we have India's export sector, which is facing mounting pressure from evolving trade policies in the US and Europe. Santosh Sarangi, the head of DGFT, highlighted the need for India to reassess its trade and industrial strategies in light of these changes. The US, under the President Donald Trump, is set to impose additional tariffs on Indian goods and services across various sectors starting from April, which could lead to an annual losses of around $7 billion. Meanwhile, the European Union has introduced a carbon tax and other protective measures further complicating India's export scenario. A key issue in India is its limited participation in the global value chains, making it less competitive internationally. Adding to this are high import tariffs on essential raw material, pushing up the manufacturing cost and technological disadvantages in some sectors. Despite the government's goal of reaching $2 trillion in exports by 2030, current growth rates remain subdued at 5.2% annually, well below the required 14.4%. And to tackle these challenges, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal is in US to discuss the trade concerns, while India is pushing to finalize a long-pending free trade agreement with the EU, aiming to ease some of these hurdles. Now, shifting the gears to the stock market, Indian defense stocks has been on fire. Riding the wave of a European defense rally, on March 4, shares of Indian defense companies surged as global military spending trends took the center stage. European leaders have agreed to ramp up defense budgets, with French President Emmanuel Macron calling for NATO members to push spending to 3 to 3.5% of GDP, citing Russia's massive 10% GDP allocation to defense. This sentiment has spilled over into the Indian markets, boosting stocks like Garden Reach Shipbuilders, which soared over 9%, Hindustan Aeronautics jumping nearly around 4.5%, and Cochin Shipyard gaining over 7%. The broader European defense sector saw massive gains too, with companies like Leonardo and BAE Systems seeing double-digit percentage increases. Moving to FMCG space, Adani Wilmar is making a major move by acquiring GT Foods Manufacturing, the makers of the Tops brand, in a deal valued at around 603 crores. Initially, AWL will acquire an 80% stake for around 483 crores, with the remaining 20% to be taken in the next 3 years. GT Foods have been a strong player in the North Indian market, especially in the segment like tomato ketchup and pickles, with a retail presence across 150,000 outlets. And finally, we have Sharp Corporation, which is making a comeback in the Indian air conditioner market through its subsidiary Sharp Business System India, which is a Japanese giant, has introduced 3 new AC series: the Araro, Sierraro, and Plasma Chill, designed specifically for India's extreme weather conditions. Sharp is bringing its patented plasma cluster technology into these ACs, which promises improved air quality by mimicking the natural purification process. The Indian AC market, which is currently at around 12 million units and which is dominated by the established names like Voltas, LG, Daikin, and Blue Star. However, it's a rapidly growing space with a projected CR of around 12%, set to reach 50,000 crores by 2028 to 2029. Sharp sees India as a key market, and it is positioning itself as an innovative brand catering to evolving consumer preferences. So that's a wrap for today's major headlines. From trade tensions to stock market action, industry shaping acquisitions, and major re-entry into the stock market, there is a lot happening. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest insights. See you in the next one.